Alright, hello everyone. So, today I just want to talk about the wipe and how it's going and how I felt my growth so far as a new player is going as well. So, this wipe is basically my first wipe, I guess I could preface that. Uh I started last I believe I started at the end of last wipe, and it's been a journey to say the least. Um I've had ups and downs, tosses and turns, basically. It's been an experience playing this game, especially as a new player. Um, and I should preface this, I guess, with saying I am in an offline mode right now, just for practice and warm up. But it's been an experience as a new player. You know, I've definitely felt my fear of scavs decrease. And then becoming a lot more confident when going against them. Less fearful of players as well, because they're not like most players aren't like super roided chads yet. Or if they are, they're doing other things. They don't got time for people like me, and it's nice because when you come in late into a wipe, it's kind of hard to make it when all the players are running around with like level 6 armors and head protection and everything the best they could have it, and it's just a hard time, but it's definitely a very rewarding game, especially whenever you start playing it more and get more experience with it. And it's definitely helped. Um, it is crazy to me. It is crazy to me how fun this game it can be. I mean, it has its moments of being severely unfun in you know every way, shape, and form because it's Tarkov, but it has its moments of just like pure bliss and laughs and moments of like dopamine. That was terrible aim. Moments of like dopamine. Hello? Moments of like dopamine hits and killing players who are like super chads and such forth. It's just a lot of fun. Um, but like the biggest thing that I feel like I had to overcome was my fear of the AI, like the scavs. And that when that happened, it really helped. Everything changed when I stopped being afraid of the scavs so much, and um, whenever I stopped being afraid of them and I started like fighting them and chasing after them and stuff, that's when the game became so much more fun to play. Um, where did this man go? Oh, there he is. Oh, terrible aim again. But but like once your fear of the scavs goes away, the game is so much more free, and like you have so much more potential of things you can do. Now, don't get me wrong, scavs are always gonna be. They'll probably always be one of those things where they're annoying, at least. But they won't be so terrifying as they are when you first start out. And then another big thing is like really just figuring out like what playstyle like really suits what you want to do. I really leaned into sniping, and maybe that's just because I'm a new player, who knows, but I used to gravitate towards being up close with the ARs and the SMGs, but as I've played more, I found that I like sitting back with a sniper rifle, finding cool angles, shooting, and like playing the range game. And it's been an experience, you know. Um, whenever you're like first learning and you're just kind of figuring things out, everybody just goes straight in, but you might be better off just sitting off in the distance and like holding angles. No, I'm not saying like necessarily play like a rat, but it definitely it definitely changes things whenever you start figuring out like how you want to play and what playstyle is best for you. And I really do recommend that everybody try different playstyles, because every now and then I do like to go into factory with like a shotgun on my PMC and just run around and blast people with a shotty on factory, because it's just fun. And you really like I said, this game is really just about learning everything. And if you're scared of learning maps, like not like you're legitimately like scared to learn the maps, but like if you're like, you know, it's like you struggle with it, or like there's a lot to learn because the maps are very big, don't be afraid. There's very comprehensible maps on the internet you can use, and if you're really into, just go one at a time. It's the best way to do it. I first learned customs. Factory's pretty much, you know, factory's very easy to learn. I first learned customs. I've now pretty much learned woods. I'm not gonna say like I fully learned it, but I've learned the general idea of how to move around woods and where to go in woods. And, you know, like once you figure that out, you've pretty much got it. Because maps are everything in this game, and once you figure them out, holy shit. Once you figure them out, you're pretty much set. I know that it maybe seem daunting with how big the maps can be and are, but don't let that get you down. Once you figure them out, you're not gonna forget them. And then you may have minor things you need to figure out, like, you know, where every extract is and because some extracts require specific things and other extracts don't, and such forth. But, you know, you'll figure that all out in time, and it becomes a lot more clear when you play this game more. But the more you play this game, the more you really do realize that it is basically just a game all about figuring out, you know, how to move around the map, where to go, when to do it. It's just a game of figuring out everything, and once you get it all figured out, it becomes so much easier to play the game. And like I said, though it may seem daunting at times, just calm down, relax, and if you need to take a step back and figure it out, because once you figure it out, it becomes significantly easier. I say as that scav kicks my shit. I gotta go repack mags anyways. But yeah, it's like minor things that give you an advantage, angles that are better. There's so many different things in this game that you need to take advantage of and figure out, that it can seem daunting, but once you do, the game is very rewarding, and you'll have a lot of fun, but you have to get past those things that are scary or problematic to get to those points where you can have fun. Because yeah, you may be a new player now, but you know, if you keep playing, eventually you'll be one of those guys that walks around and wrecks house. Or you may just be a dude that chills out, has a lot of fun, and gets on and plays the game whenever he feels like playing. It's all up to you as a player, and it becomes a lot more apparent, like I said, the more you play the game, because this game is naturally a difficult game, and figuring out can seem daunting when you're playing against players who have thousands of hours and thousands of hours, and you're very new. You don't know anything. They know everything. You've got to compete with them for a lot. You got to compete with them for basically everything, and it can seem very daunting as a new player to go into these scenarios and have to deal with these things, and not always know what to do, when to do it, or how to do it. But if I've learned anything from playing this game, it's literally just you have to play the game to figure it out. Because once you do that and you get the experience, this entire game is based off the idea of experience. The more experience you have, the more likely you are to win. The more likely you are to win, the better for you, right? And so I know it's a simple task. It's simple to say, but it's easy to figure out and know what to do, but it's not always the most easy to execute. And I completely understand that. It's a daunting game. And I'm not saying you need to learn it faster than anybody. And I'm not saying, you know, if you play it and you feel like it's not for you, I'm not saying that it should be. You know, this game isn't gonna be for everyone, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a perfectly fine thing. But I'm having a lot of growth. It feels like, you know, I'm having a lot of ups and downs, and I feel like that's good. That's part of the Tarkov experience, is having those ups and downs. And you know, we'll have moments like that where I'm basically dying to a scav. Um, where I'm basically dying to scavs. I say after, this happens after the fact of me saying I'm not so scared of scavs anymore, but then they just come over here and are like, I'm gonna kick your shit. That's fine. We'll be alright. Um, yeah, and if you're coming into this wipe and the scavs do seem a little bit crazy, like I said, don't be fearful. From what I've heard from literally everyone, the scavs this wipe have been nuts, and they seem like it. But I don't know. This game is just a giant game of experience and knowledge, and if you played more and understand more, you're going to win more, and you're going to have more fun than somebody who's played less and, you know, willingly decides that they don't want to play as much. This game is a giant game of experience and understanding. And I know it can seem daunting to new players, but trust me, I am a new player myself. But if you're just coming to this game and it's scaring you, it's okay. This game is a lot. It's designed to be a lot. It is going to always be a lot. But just keep persisting. Keep fighting. And eventually, you too can be where these players are that are beating you down or scaring you off. Just don't give up. I trust me on that. Just don't give up. Yeah, guys. That's all I want to talk about. If you guys are wondering where my account's at, I'm at 138 hours of playtime. And yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and in the comments leave below how your wife's been going. I'm interested to hear. I always love to hear if other people are doing well, if they're not. And feel free to talk about anything you want, like minor tips, anything about it. Just go ahead and drop it in the comments below. Hope you guys have a great day, and see you guys later. Peace.